Hello everyone, Kyle Flemish here. I wanted to talk to you about my individual integration project, and it was based on making a book trailer. The project, the purpose of this project was to kind of make reading fun and exciting for the students and to provide an alternative form of assessment to the dreaded book report, the traditional one, and to get students a little bit more involved in creating projects instead of just obviously copying, pasting, and doing it that way. My target audience was 4th and 5th grade students, and the students were able to create book trailers using technology tool Movie Maker. Students needed to know how to search for databases for pictures, collect images, get some information, use PowerPoint, and then be able to also use Movie Maker. And this project was done over a 4-week period during school hours. It was during my specials time that I have, and so really I was meeting with them about once a week for 4 weeks. The resources I used, I went and found movie trailers that can be found at kids.yahoo.com/movies. I also went to Wikispaces to find some more technology tools to show students more book trailers, and there are a variety of other ones. I also found a book trailer rubric online, and I also kind of used what I saw from that rubric on a Rubistar rubric that I made on my own. And then also there was a storyboard template that I kind of showed the students, but we didn't truly use it, so I used it more as a resource to get some ideas on how they could create their book trailers. The level of technology integration was at a level 4 that we all know about. And then for diverse learners, I did have a variety of students that come in for specials, and I actually borrowed this from a colleague of mine that it spells obviously include going down, so to include these learners, and basically is to identify the environment that they're going to be working in, to note their strengths and their needs, to check for potential areas of success, so because we want them to be obviously working and be successful, to look for potential problem areas, brainstorm information to where they can use it as an adapted source, and then also decide what adaptations need to be implemented to help that student, and then of course evaluate their student progress as they are continuing to make the project. So we need to include them. Alright, so basically my reflection kind of revolved around what we did was I had students watch book trailers, had them choose a book that they were familiar with, and actually start to create a book trailer for that book. And in doing so, what I did was let them find pictures on databases through the county, put them into PowerPoint, make transitions and slide animations, and put in any text that they wanted to, asking questions, trying to bring interest to their book. And then what we did was we transferred that PowerPoint over to Movie Maker and finalized it so that they had a book trailer. So they had some music in the background, they had pictures going through, and they had their voiceovers. They were narrating it. So what I learned from this is, one, it was a great alternative to the infamous book report. One thing I also learned was you needed more time. We needed at least one more session. Now, most of the students were able to finish in the 4 sessions I gave, but there were a few students who needed still more time. Also, some students chose a book that they weren't too familiar with because they were in a group, and that kind of hurt them. They kind of hurt the creativity that they could have came up with because they didn't really know the book that well. So make sure that students choose a book that they know about. I told them to try to go with fiction, but no graphic novels, just because most of the kids have read those books. So I wanted them to choose a book that they could actually get people to be more interested in reading without obviously knowing about the graphic novel section. I let them drive the project. I tried not to give them a template. I wanted them to be creative with how they made it, and they were very creative with it. And then obviously I had to teach them specific tools in PowerPoint and in Movie Maker for them to be able to do it. And then obviously I set high expectations because I wanted their best work. And that's pretty much it. So if you want to learn more about how to make the book trailer, I do have the website up, and I will link it to this presentation so that if anybody's interested, you're more than welcome to use it. Thanks.